Wack 100 is getting some backlash for comments he made about Nipsey Hussle and Lauren London. This is one of those examples where a lot of us is probably thinking what Wack is thinking, but a lot of content creators probably won't say it or make a video about it because we got love for certain people or we're terrified of certain people. It's usually expected if you make content about certain people, you're gonna get calls from certain people and it's not gonna be good. Wack 100, which is why a lot of people go to Wack 100 for West Coast news, because Wack 100 is gonna say what's on his mind. You know, he's well connected, he has his crew. He's not really terrified of the threats that, let's say, Flacco will be terrified of. While on Clubhouse, Wack 100 brought up the fact that Lauren London was mentioned during the Diddy trials, but nobody was talking about it.
Lauren London and Cassie's best friends.
Is she?
Nipsey doing interviews saying Laura's the one that introduced me to Diddy.
Shut the fuck. Are you for real?
Sitting here acting like y'all don't see what's going on. Everybody, because they don't want to say, damn, Wack called it.
Wack is correct in the sense of there was some politicking going on. I mean, a lot of us seen Lauren London was brought up at Diddy trial as Cassie's best friend, but because we got so much love for Nipsey and Lauren, that we sort of just ignored it to kind of, bro, Lauren has gone through enough. Nobody want to pile on to it. But if Lauren was anybody else, if Lauren was, let's say, Megan Thee Stallion, God forbid Megan Thee Stallion name got brought up in any fashion as Cassie's best friend, as Cassie's homie, at all during that trial, there will be videos like mine, 30-minute breakdowns of Megan Thee Stallion. There will be IG Shade Room, but a lot of people was quiet about it. Now, Wack 100, when he says, you're going to act like I haven't been speaking about it, he's referring to the Nipsey Hussle tape. For the last couple of years, Wack 100 has openly talked about this Nipsey Hussle tape that he says is Nipsey Hussle on camera engaging in a threesome with another man and a woman. Wack will say that woman is Nipsey Hussle's baby mama. Wack will say that he's been the only force that's been stopping that tape from coming out.
But to be fair, then you started kind of going hard at Nipsey. You said that there's a gay tape and like that.
Yo, Vlad, one thing you better not never do is question what come out of my mouth. You worth a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
I got $5 million. You want to bet?
I know. I'm not going to bet you. I'm not going to bet you.
Okay, let's break it down to a punk million. I got $1 million.
Okay.
Do you want to bet?
I'm not going to bet you.
Vlad, no. Because you said, right, and it didn't come out of my mouth. Hassan Campbell recorded the conversation and released it.
That's where it came out.
It's only because of me that the damn tape still ain't came out today. But anybody want to challenge me to these you notice that the first baby mama who's starring in these tapes has never one time said Wack 100 is lying. I didn't want it to come out. Hassan Campbell released it.
Right.
They asked me about it. Well, I come from a power rule, what you say once, you say twice. So when they asked me about it, what you want me to say? No, I didn't say it. I'm not finna do that. This is what it is. But Vlad.
Wack has been pretty vocal and open that these tapes exist, that he's been stopping it from coming out for years. But you will hear Vlad and others who are skeptical. So Wack is now saying, hold on, y'all called me a liar for years, right? You know, y'all trying to make it seem like I was lying on this man. But now come to find out, there's some association and ties here to Diddy. Now, Wack is trying to make the connection with the Diddy freak-offs with the Nipsey tape. Not really make the connection, but claim, yo, if Lauren London was nearby or close to Cassie during this situation, then, you know, like what makes you think that, you know, she hasn't influenced Nipsey in a way? Now, I love Nipsey. I don't want no problem with nobody involved with Nipsey. So I'm going to keep my opinion to myself in regards to whether or not I believe these tapes actually exist. But you would hear Wack 100 sort of call people out for staying quiet and not making the connection themselves on Clubhouse.
Yeah, just with the other baby mama, but they...
Oh, that's crazy work right there.
Damn. Wack just woke it up that
crazy.
That Lauren London and Cassie have been like best friends, and that it was Lauren London who introduced Diddy to Cassie. Huh?
Lauren London introduced Diddy to Nipsey.
Oh, there we go. Other way. Sorry.
She entered, yeah. So you got to remember. Now you looking at what type of circle. Listen, that's his best friend. He didn't freak that too. Believe that.
Wack is correct in the sense of Cassie and Lauren London was really close. They were best friends. They did a lot of music together, spent a lot of time together. But if I'm being honest, that don't guarantee 100% that just because Cassie was in her bag, like getting absolutely violated, getting pissed on, all type of nonsense, that don't mean that Lauren London was partaking. Is Diddy the type of dude to try to ask Cassie to coerce Lauren London into a rendezvous with him and Cassie? Yes, Diddy looks like the type, but that don't mean that Lauren London went for it. Because Lauren London is from the West Coast. And one thing we know about West Coast women, bro, they're aggressive, they're loud, and they're vocal. And I don't feel like Lauren London would sit in the corner like how Cassie was and have golden shower rained upon her by random men. That don't really strike me as Lauren London's personality. But maybe it's because, again, I really had no idea who Lauren London was before Lil Wayne or Nipsey Hussle. So I don't know her character. But just me imagining her as Nipsey Hussle's wife, it's just hard for me to imagine that Lauren London would partake in such a thing. But Wack is putting it out there. And this is why like Wack is special, because Wack is somebody who will say how he feels or say what a lot of people is thinking. I don't feel like Wack 100 is the only one who thinks this. I feel like there's a lot of other content creators or people who probably is, giving Lauren London a side eye right now for, for being brought up in the Diddy stuff, but they probably won't say it. Now, Wack 100 don't just stop at Nipsey Hussle. Or Lauren London. He would also say that Nipsey Hussle, may have been somebody who engaged in freak offs at some point. Not with Diddy, but freak offs of his own.
Lauren London and Cassie were best friends. Okay, so you're not gonna tell me her and Nipsey and whatever, or her and Diddy and all them ain't had their fun. You're not gonna tell me that. I'm not no fool. I'm looking at how Cassie moving. We understand what that is with Lauren, right? Even though y'all want to look at her like she, no, we ain't doing that. Obviously, Nipsey was into the freak offs, just with the other baby mama. See, you're not gonna get me to believe that her and the best friend didn't enjoy a time or two, maybe in the penthouse floor in the London Ritz somewhere. You're just not gonna get me to believe it. I'm looking at living how he's swinging. Yeah. Just gonna keep it real.
Yeah. You're not best friends and you ain't did.
But at this point, the whole industry would in.
I haven't seen the tapes. However, there are multiple people who have said this tape exists. Wack has said it, and other people have also said that it exists. I feel like the tapes would be the answer to that question. When Wack 100 says, obviously Nipsey Hussle was into the freak offs, I feel like we won't know this until the tapes come out or, the tapes get confirmed or unconfirmed, right? Because if tapes do exist with the content that people is saying exists within those tapes, then one can probably say, yeah, all right, there is a correlation here between liking to watch people do certain things, liking to watch another man engage with a woman. But if the tapes don't exist, I don't know, right? But Wack says it exists, and a lot of other people who don't even like Wack, they've also said they've seen it and it exists. So I don't know. All right. Now, Wack 100 was on the Danza Project today, and Danza Project sort of confronted Wack 100 about these particular tapes. And Wack 100 asked Danza Project, just like he asked Vlad TV, to put up money that they don't exist.
Content, right? You do seem to have a lot of content. One of them, One of the ones that I'm very questionable about is this Nipsey Hussle video.
What about
I don't buy it.
Oh, I got a little thing I do. I just tell you put some money up.
How much money you want me to put up?
Whatever you want to put up. How many you want to see? Is like about 15 different text messages, probably like 10, 12 videos. How many of them you want to see?
I mean, I got 5 on it.
5 what?
5 bands.
Per video?
Nah, hell no. Nah. I want to see if there's any truth to it. You believe it?
That ain't no question me trying to talk about nobody.
No, I done repeated it, so obviously I believe it. So I done went and repeated it, so obviously I believe it.
So here go the thing, right? This is real shit. Sometimes you got to dissect certain things, right?
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question. I told you who the players were in the video, right? I said it's a Dude from Louisiana, Nip, and his baby mama, right? You think after all these years, the baby mama wouldn't have stood up and said something if I was bullshit?
To me, that's the biggest evidence that Wack 100 has in his favor. Because the baby mama is not somebody that's unknown. She's well known by a lot of people. And a lot of people got podcasts. If Wack 100 was lying, meaning if he made this up completely, this baby mama could have came on any podcast and said, that's cap, that's not true. A lot of people connected to her could have spoke for her and said, yo, she said that's cap, that's not true. I haven't heard that. Now, I haven't seen a video, so I can't vouch the video exists because I haven't seen it. But to me, that says a lot. If the baby mama name is being ran on various platforms, is being said on Vlad, No Jumper, Academics, and she hasn't came out and said this is a lie, I feel like she's the one a lot of people have to wait on. If she don't come out, then you take that as that. But if she does come out, then you take that as that. You feel me? Or whatever she says. But it's hard to say Wack is capping or Wack is not telling the truth when the baby mama hasn't come out and her name is being said on every platform.
I don't know.
Come on, bro.
So when he said it, I said some about the character trying to explain some and my life been threatened.
Yeah, that's usually what happens when you speak on certain people, bro. All right, there's certain people in this city you can't speak on, you can't do content on. It's over with. All right, Charleston White life being threatened for mentioning this or bringing this up. I'm not surprised at all. Y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think? Do y'all believe this? Do y'all believe that Lauren London was involved? Do y'all believe Nipsey Hussle was involved? Or, he at some point was engaged in some form of a freak off? Let me know in the comment section, all right? And if you do believe it, do you believe that Wack should be saying this? Let me know. And if you're still watching, click on this video here somewhere on my screen, somewhere here, to find out about the more bad news that Megan Thee Stallion keeps receiving. I'm going to see you guys in this video somewhere on my screen. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.